Chicanos, how's it going? I'm doing pretty good. I just got done working out, exercising, and I was just thinking about something. I was at, a protest yesterday for against Christopher Columbus Day, and just getting the understanding of these protests. Chicanos were not relevant as being indigenous. We don't even got our people out there. It's just not the type of way I would be trying to get some understanding going if I was able to have a group of people who really want to sit down and, understand Chicano history, indigenous identity overall, the understanding of, why is militant state of mind, nationalist, activist, movements, and really get something going. We don't got that, we're not relevant. Chicanos are not relevant. The so-called Latino people that were labeled under, it's not really relevant as in the activist game, the nationalist game, the movement right now. We don't have a strong household. We don't got too much people making our situation and community and culture and history and our struggle understanding and awareness. No one's pinpointing it to the way of, we're indigenous. We have we have to have people who grew up, especially in this way of growing up in the struggle of the United States as the so-called low class here, of being gangsters, seeing our families have to go through the drugs and prison, and we need people to have that type of voice, more people who relate to someone like me. Like, I can't relate to Mexican who is from Mexico. We have two different struggles. Yes, I understand the culture and all that, but as in the way of growing up, it's different. But we have a common. We obviously have a lot in common at the same way. It's just the growing up in different systems and different manipulations of so-called countries, and and the way we live here in the United States, we need to learn. I understand that we have this so-called privilege to be able to speak up and bring awareness, and so this is why I want to speak up, because yes, you could speak. People, I don't get. You could speak bad all you want, but people die for you to speak like that. While my people already went through the struggle as being indigenous people, period, from Canada down to South America. We got wiped out. We had to get put through the struggle for this to be like that. So I mean, we had family. A lot of people of our culture probably did fight with the Americans, and we fought against them while we were fighting with them. We fought with them while we were fighting against them. So I mean, people need to learn to understand, that we are a part of a people that, already went through the struggle of 500 years, and still, we're a dominated people, as in when it comes to economically, when it comes to who built this system the way it is, so people, I just don't get how people don't understand that. Like, why is it that people are cool with just one identity of people really being, the head dominance, and that people could just go along with just accepting stuff with no longer caring about, it's crazy when I tell them about all who are, I'm talking to other Chicanos, Mexicans, about something that's supposed to be ours, and it's like, man, that's cool, mijo, or that's cool, buddy, whoever I'm talking to, that you're interested in that stuff, they tell me that's cool that you're doing that for yourself or for your baby to learn. It's like it's supposed to be something yours too. Like it's supposed to be something that we should be talking about, that you should be learning about. Like, oh no, that's just not for me. Like, why wouldn't you go out of your way to want to accept all this American ideology, and you accept these holidays without even understanding what they are? No one knows anything about, no one really, family members, especially family members to friends, that's who you first start talking with, and you start seeing, and it's like, how can someone who grew up the way I was growing up, the kid who was probably everyone expected that was just gonna be in prison or in jail, or damn, Rudy's the way he's growing up, he's just gonna be gone. How is it that someone like me could understand all this? The one who was like, damn, that motherfucker's gonna be a fuck up the way he's going up. He's gonna be, it's more of a surprise probably of me talking about cultural identity, having this state of mind, than if I was in prison, it wouldn't be probably as surprising, like, damn, like, that's what he was doing, that's where it was path, but by me doing this, it's a whole twist. People, it's like, damn, Rudy switched up his ways, and it's like, how can I get that, but you not get that? How can someone, you expect your family members or your grandparents to understand it, and it's like, even when I break it down to them like that, it's just like, I really try to talk to people that I know personally on a one-on-one level, and but people just don't want to understand. People don't want to get deep into that. They want to accept everything else, but not what's theirs, or they want to go deep into, standing for your need, the flag situation, Donald Trump, and just Christmas is coming up. You don't know anything about Halloween, and I always didn't understand that, even growing up, like, hey mom, if this is supposed to be evil, why the hell do we celebrate this? As I got older, especially being a teenager, like, or whatever, it's just, you just accept this stuff, but you don't want to go into deep awareness and of what's supposed to be yours, what is yours, and it's just like, man, it's crazy, it's just interesting, and and just about on the issue of just Chicanos and Mexicans, the so-called Hispanic label that we're under, we as a people, individuals, whoever watches, you people who watch, like the strong 50 people, shout out to y'all, to the strong 50 people out of the 307 that I got that stay watching. And see, even out of you 50 people, or wherever the hell y'all at, if you guys as an individuals really go deep into wanting to understand your history, and bringing awareness, you start speaking about it where you're from and where you live, so shout out to y'all, and to like the 175 to 80 like people that I get that are kind of like, I know strongly within almost 24 hours or so over, that watch my videos within, so shout out to y'all. And it's just interesting on that, and I just wanted to just come here and just speak, because especially for myself, just trying to read and educate myself, and watching other stuff, and going to these events and rallies, and just seeing who are there, what's the people like, and it's just like, man, it's just interesting, and it's just the way, even the how I just, the way I would want to have my situation of organization different than how they would run it, not, just bring more awareness of Mexicans being indigenous, and especially, and that's one of my ways. And trying to be able to have a strong, more unity, looking more organized too. So uh, but hopefully maybe in a time, I just try to go out, meet people, and whether if I'm, the solo, it don't matter to me, because I'm just gonna continue to, I'm understanding these events and rallies, all these events and rallies on my videos. That's all my first time going to these, understanding what, who people are, state of mind, what they're getting at, what's their knowledge, and seeing how people move, what's their, watching Nawi's events. And it's like kind of the same from watching his and coming to some over here, and it's just like, and so I'm hoping maybe, whoever y'all watching this, learn to, spread the issue, learn to speak up, and when you get people to talk to and whoever you're cool with, see what you guys could do on spreading knowledge amongst friends and talking betterment and amongst the community. And anytime you have, so if some people talk about being Mexican and getting the cultural understanding, and the struggles, the difference between how we grow up amongst it being Chicano and Mexicans, but we got the same issues. We're the same people. It's just we grew up on different sides of the continent with different manipulations running us. So shout out to everybody who's out there trying to spread the word to all the activists, all the nationalists, if we even all the movements and groups, because I've gotten like I did that interview with Abel Muhammad, and he's a part of the Nation of Islam, and I shared it amongst my messaging to people, and some people I got people part of groups and individuals. I became friends and with people amongst these years reaching out, and some people I don't like that kind of religion, Mediterranean religion, being Nation of Islam, Christianity, Jerusalem, any of that, they're like, that's all Mediterranean, and I don't accept anybody from that, and to me it's just like, well, Abel Muhammad's out there putting in work, he's been in the communities and doing what he got to do, so whether or not of his doctrine that he believes in, that could be later dealt with, if so, but even if that's what he wants to accept, to me, at the end of the day, if we were happen to become our own people, then if that's what he chooses to be, then that's where he would be at. But at this time, I'm not gonna have to worry about what someone's doctrine is. If he's out here putting in work, productive and positive, in the communities, then that's what they're gonna do. There's people who ask me, am I friends with the Mexica movement, or am I a part of it? Do I believe, like, I like say, I get people who, I don't like them. Like, I don't got time for none of that. If you're not a coon, a sellout, straight Uncle Tom, Uncle Juan, we gotta start coming up. Coconut, if you're not a straight coconut, or a Uncle Juan or Uncle Jose, we gotta start coming with our own uncles, cause Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Tom, what's the other uncle, the ones that the black community like to use. So, if you're not an Uncle Jose, Uncle Juan, I don't know, I'm thinking of just common names amongst the so-called Hispanic community. If you're not Uncle Gonzalez, I don't know. But, if you know what I'm saying, then overall I'm going to support an individual or a movement You know, if they're not trying to be coconuts, then overall I support what they do, even if they want to have that Latino behind them. But if they're not selling out, then you know, hey, that's what's up to what you're doing. It may not be the way I want to do it, but I'm not gonna be like, not try to dialogue with somebody or make a video with somebody on issues amongst the community of with each other. So man, I haven't used the individual camera particularly on my computer, so it's doing little glitches. I've been using, you know, the apps, cams and all that. That's why. But so you know, I just want to get that out there. Just, you know, let me share one little, nothing too much. That's the City Hall, Sacramento. You know, there's not even a lot of people. And I got there at the last, like 30 minutes of people being there. When I got there, they just ended. They had dances. My buddy was there before me. He actually went. There he is talking with my uncle. Y'all seen him in interviews before. And, you know, he comes with me to the protest. And, you know, there's not a lot of people out there. That's another thing, you know. It's like, you know, we need to get issues relevant, but it's hard if people are not going to show up. And you can't even see it. Because he sent me it off his phone and off Snapchat, so I couldn't make it into a video onto the app. But yeah, man, I just want to show y'all those little clips. My boy, he was there right before me at the City Hall of the capital city. So I mean, I just want to get that out there. It was a long talk. I just wanted to get some stuff on my head, stuff that I was thinking about when I was working out at the gym, you know, going to this event yesterday, you know, and just, you know, help share interviews. If anything, I always try to ask if y'all could share the interviews to help let people know that, you know, there's activists out there, there's people doing it, people like Nawi, people like Abel Muhammad, the one brother who does the crochet. You got Jose from Oakland Latinos, that one dude, Montenegro Media. He's out there putting events. He puts events together out there in Southern California a lot. I mean, you know, you could help share videos of those people to let your family and friends know that, you know, there is people out here in the community amongst the areas trying to do stuff for our people, trying to make awareness. And, you know, that's what I want to do. I'm trying to reach out to people who were activists, who are activists, who've been activists amongst the Chicano, Mexican, so-called Hispanic community, or people who are just activists or want to get thought out, period. Especially you know, people who just want to speak and have some stuff to talk about. You know, that's who I want to reach out to, you know, so you could share videos of, you know, people who are out there putting in work amongst the community who are Chicanos. So shout out to y'all. Peace out. Let me know what you think, what y'all been up to. Thanks for watching.